Hey Taurus, welcome to Tarot and Heal. Lisa here. I hope you're doing well. Let's get started. Welcome to your August reading. Alright. I come to you, Holy God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light and divine love in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Taurus Collective needs to know for August? Thank you. Whoa, look how that flipped out. So we have higher perspective. Aw, man, I didn't work on the lighting. Alright, fine, whatever. Higher perspective, and we have the creator. I'm seeing like there's a need for you to look to God a little bit more, following your intuition, okay? Going for your higher perspective, which is intuition, your higher level of thinking here, all right? Relying on that more so than logic or ego, all right? When it comes to navigating whatever energy you're going through right now. This can also indicate leaning on spirit to manifest what you want, co-creating with spirit to get what you want moving forward. All right, let's continue. What else do we have? What's overall advice for Taurus? Live life to the fullest and change tracks. Excuse the obnoxiously loud motorcycle in the background. So we have live life to the fullest and change tracks, okay? Some of you guys, you want to start a new day, you want to start a new chapter, okay? You want to course correct. You might have looked around and saw that you were manifesting things that you weren't too happy about, or you felt like you just want to do better. So the universe is trying to help you co-create and make that happen. You don't have to do it on your own, okay? Put in the order to the universe here. All right, let's get into it. What's going on with Taurus? It is currently a sweat box, so you're going to see me sweating. Be okay with it. What's going on with Taurus for August? Page of Cups and a Queen of Wands. This is being honest about how you feel. This can be honest communication with the Page of Wands here. Page of Cups. This could be honest communication here, but I feel like this is more so getting more in touch with your new capacity to love, getting more in touch with your new feelings. You have new desires. And seeing what that looks like. Also, if your heart opened up a little bit more, then that means you probably have more, you've tapped in more to your intuition as well. That's possible. So you might be getting more in touch with your intuition. You see they have the cup, right? The cup with the fish in it. The fish usually indicates, your intuitive sense. It's like getting in touch with that. Your inner guidance. Warming up to it. I love how, he's tickling the fish like it's a pet, But it's like very tender. It's very like warm. It's like this newfound sense, intuitive sense that you've gotten, this newfound, it could be a newfound confidence, a newfound self-love. Okay, something like that. This feels very warm. And it's like really just taking care of it. It's just you and your inner self. It's cuddly, it's cozy. I love it. But on the outside, you're showing up as Queen of Wands. All right? Because you found your inner guidance. You found your inner self. You got in touch with your star player, right? Because of that, now you can stand strong with this Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands is someone who is a master manifester, okay? They know how to pull from the universe, all right? And that makes sense because we are talking about higher level of thinking and creating, all right? And the Queen of Wands energy is all about that. This is less about willpower and brute force and doing heavy lifting. This is more about going with the flow, getting your intuitive guidance from the universe, and then knowing how to implement that in the world, okay? It's not being too stuck in your intuition, like the Queen of Cups can be, And it's not being too grounded in reality like the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands is like the middle, it's the witchy one, okay? That's awesome. Whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't matter. That's just the energy to embody. All right, what else do we have here? Okay. We do have the Three of Swords coming out, which is a card of heartbreak and disappointment. Oh, Empress. Wow. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay. Yeah, so there's a love situation that you didn't really care for. You didn't care about the outcome and how it turned out, rather. All right. I feel like somebody might have left someone hanging. The Queen of Wands is also someone who is like alluring, sexy, mysterious, attractive, you know. Someone is the object of someone's desire. Somebody might have had a Queen of Wands energy, kind of drop them, all right, and left someone to pick up the pieces. There's something that seems unfair about it. I'm not sure if it actually is, but it's something that's being perceived as unfair and one-sided. We do have the Ten of Cups here coming out in reverse, which is emotional fulfillment. Someone's not happy with this situation. I feel like there might be one person who leveled up. They caused a heartbreak, but they might have done it abruptly and moved on for their own stability. Let's move forward. We do have the King of Swords here, which is like somebody's left to pick up the pieces. They're kind of confused, like what happened? I thought we were okay, you know? Why is this Five of Swords here? Yeah, someone left. Someone made the choice to leave to get their upgrade. Someone was moving in secret. Someone finally decided. It's like, this has an energy of it's a very stealthy energy. Like someone decided in the middle of the night, I'm going to get up and pack my bags and just leave, you know. That's the energy I'm feeling. Whether that's what actually happened, that's the energy of what I'm feeling here, all right? Leaving someone to be very unclear about what happened. Hold on, give me a second here. Someone's being led to move on. The person who's unclear about what happened, they need to move on from that. There's something about their communication or their thought process. It's like someone's oblivious to why someone moved on. Wow, speaking of that Queen of Cups. Okay, so someone seemed to have dropped someone, and the person who got dropped is like kind of confused as to what happened. The person who's confused as to what happened should have already seen the writings on the wall. They probably didn't see it coming because they weren't paying attention. All right, they need to learn how to move on from this. All right. This is interesting energy. But they're left to pick up the pieces, it seems. Now, I don't know who's right and who's wrong in this situation, okay? Maybe the person did have a reason to leave abruptly, or maybe they've been saying that they were going to leave and they were being ignored. You know, that happens. So, but it does seem like there's an upgrade that has happened. Someone upgraded and left someone behind, or will do so in August. Yeah. Elevation. It's all cards of elevation. And whoever's doing this, they're doing the right thing. All right? Yeah, someone feels duped. Someone feels cheated. Someone just started a new beginning, and a person was like looking at it like, we have the masculine coming out here. So maybe the masculine was like planning to leave for a while and then finally, did everything they had to do to leave. This reminds me of like, there was one Taurus reading that I did where, while I'm doing this, let me clear the cards. There was one Taurus reading that I did where I had the energy of someone packing up. Like I had the image of someone like slowly packing their bags. It was like over the course of months. But the person didn't notice. So they'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to the store. But they're just taking their stuff and moving it to another apartment. Slowly taking their things out of this house. It seems like that's what's happening. Whether that happened physically or if it's just a metaphorical sense where they're slowly but surely just backing off. And it seemed to someone as if it happened out of nowhere, but it didn't. The writings was on the wall, but this person was oblivious. They might have been too caught up in their emotions, okay? Either that or the person doing it. I mean, obviously, if you're moving that way, it's kind of deceptive and not completely honest, right? So that person doesn't get away scot-free with that. Let's see. What's the blockage here? What's the blockage here for the person who got left? We'll do both sides because it does seem like there's two people. Okay. Now, what's the blockage for the person who left? Or who plans to leave? Okay. So the blockage for the person who's getting left is inaction. They're not doing anything to change the situation. Maybe it's definitely a situation where it got complacent. Okay, so nobody was happy. This person got complacent and they were not putting in any more effort. Okay, that was their blockage. Now the blockage for the person who was who ghosted or who left, they're just, once again, with this Five of Swords energy, like this sneaky, stealthy type of energy. You see with the tongue sticking out, they're getting away with something. All right, they were moving in a sneaky way, knowing that they weren't happy, but they were like testing the waters. It's the same storyline, so it seems like it's finally coming to a head. Okay. Why is this Eight of Pentacles here? There's something, see, it seems like the person who got left, they're intuitive because they came up as a Queen of Cups, so they're intuitive. And now we have this card of intuition right here, but it seems like they were distracting themselves from it. They weren't, see, once again, with that Queen of Cups energy, they were just like kind of floating, but they weren't bringing that Queen of Pentacles energy, which is the energy of what are we going to do about it? Let's take action. Okay. They saw the writings on a wall, but didn't do anything about it. They thought maybe we can distract ourselves with whatever, sex or, just something that doesn't really matter and it doesn't hit the root of the problem. So that was their blockage, or that is their blockage. If this hasn't happened yet and this resonates with you, then that's what you need to start working on. Actually taking real action steps that really matter. All right, what about, so the blockage for the person who left. Yeah. It's the same story. Check out the previous Taurus readings, okay? It does seem like this is coming to a head, but this is a consistent storyline over the past couple of months. This person being deceptive, once again, that sneaky energy. They're being deceptive, they're being sneaky as they're trying to fish for other options, all right? All right, so the person who got ghosted, what are they failing to see? Let's call them the Queen of Cups. Whatever this is, it's supposed to happen. It's just the way it happened is a little crappy. Yeah. The person who got ghosted, the Queen of Cups, whoever that is, was definitely a little, they weren't paying attention, okay? They weren't paying attention to this person. So this person was able to sneak around and do what they had to do. All right? They were able to pick up their bags and move right in front of them. And this person was not being clear. They were probably ignoring their intuition. But what they're failing to see is that this painful cycle is over with the Ten of Swords, all right? They're failing to see that it's never really been honest communication, all right? They fell in love with a facade, with the Seven of Swords here. This person was very deceptive. You have the 5 and the 7 of Swords coming out. This person was manipulative along with this false mask. This person was manipulative. They were pulling a quick one, pulling the wool over your eyes, if this is you. Okay. And you didn't know it. But this person leaving is actually doing you a favor. Because you didn't realize completely, or you haven't realized completely how this person was moving. It's like they were never completely themselves. They were never completely honest. I'm not saying they never were, but they got to a point for a few months specifically. They were definitely hiding a lot. All right. And what is the ghoster failing to see? The deceptive guy or chick failing to see? They're failing to see that them, you know, they just couldn't be honest with their emotions because they weren't honest with themselves, right? If they were more honest with themselves, they might have been able to salvage the connection. They chose a route of being manipulative. And the only thing that's going to cause is like, they're just creating a worse situation for themselves. Them moving the way they're moving, being stealthy and trying to get away with something is only going to cause for someone to hate them, all right? Be bitter. And hate is a strong word. Let me take that back. But you're only leaving behind, whoever's doing this, moving like this, they're going from one relationship to the next doing this, sticking their tongue out like, I got away with it, bye. Then they go into the next one, false mask. And then they look for someone else. And then, oh, got away with it, bye. You know, they're leaving a trail of shitty karma, for one. But they're also leaving a trail of a lot of bitter people. A lot of people that they've hurt. A lot of connections that they've broken. Okay? Where they probably could have talked things out, but they didn't. They just left and they were being shady about it. Instead of facing themselves or having the real adult talks, they were just on to the next, you know. Leaving a trail of just heartbroken people. See, it's something about their ego here with the Six of Wands. It's something about their ego. They're very insecure. And for some reason, that might be making them move like, okay, this relationship is going south. Well, I'm going to leave before you leave me, you know. Instead of sticking it out, working it out with people, soulmates. With the Lover's card, you probably had some soulmates where you're just like, you could have worked it out. But instead, it's sabotage time, you know, because you're insecure and you don't think that you can work it out, or you think that you're the problem, which you are, right? But if you develop this new mentality with the Page of Swords, actually take a look at the truth. If they would have stayed in the relationship and saw the truth of, okay, this is why I'm in this relationship. Maybe my reason for getting in this relationship wasn't stemming from the best reasons. Then they can course correct. Then they can change tracks. Then they could change how they're moving, change their patterns, their habits. But they don't want to see the truth of themselves. They don't want to develop that new mentality. They'd rather just keep moving the way they're doing. All right, well, so if you're on the other side of this, you're probably one of many who have been a victim to this type of character. And you have been saved. All right. If they left, Thank the ethers. Okay? This is their cycle. This is your advice. Chariot, move on. Don't mourn too much about this, and don't sit here and act like you did something wrong. You didn't. I just explained the whole shebang. All right? This is their way of being. It wasn't you. What's the advice for this fool moving like this? They need to have a breakthrough, all right? The Two of Swords is coming out sideways. They need to have a breakthrough where they're seeing the truth with all these swords. They need to look within. They need to look within and see the truth about who they are, what they've done, how many people they've hurt, and why they keep doing it so they could stop it. It's just, they just have to do it. They have to do it if they want to see something different for themselves. Wow. Oh, sucks for them. In the meantime, for you, I mean, if it's you that is on the opposite side of this, on the end of this, I'm sorry to hear that. But live life to the fullest. All right. Yeah. Don't wallow in this too much. You dodged a bullet without even knowing it. All right. So let's see what the animal advice is, and then we're out of here. What's the animal advice for Taurus? I'm going to do advice for both ends, okay? Both sides need healing, even the crappy one, right? Okay. What's the advice for the one who got ghosted or got cut off? The Queen of Cups who got cut off. What's the advice? Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. It wasn't a waste of time. This is a lesson to learn, okay? This is a lesson in being more, paying more attention. That's for one. Following your intuition, all right? We do have Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. Now that you're hearing the storyline of this other person, maybe be more compassionate. But I feel like this is more so be compassionate with yourself, okay? This does have a feeling of someone who was intuitive, but they might have been a little bit easily manipulated, or coming off a little bit naive, and they might have met like a narcissist. You know, that's what I'm feeling here. That is their nature. They're great at what they do, all right? And do not beat yourself up about this, okay? This is a lesson to learn about keeping your eyes open and following your intuition more, all right? Don't let anyone talk you out of it. Parrot Spirit, watch your words. Also, be compassionate with this person, all right? I just feel the need to don't beat up on yourself, you know? Just don't beat up on yourself, okay? I'm just hearing like negative self-talk, and just don't do that. Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. Yeah. So it's like you're dealing with like macro issues in the relationship, and you're trying to handle it with micro solutions, all right? There's a need to know the difference between the two. What are the big issues in a relationship that requires major solutions, like therapy, like I don't know what else, whatever there is, relationship therapy, things like that, major changes, and then what are some minor things that can be tweaked. You know, it does seem like there were some real issues, and the Queen of Cups energy didn't really take action to course correct. It takes two, right, to make sure that this relationship is working. So if your spouse is saying, I'm not a relationship expert, but this is an example. If your spouse is saying, hey, if they keep repeating this one complaint, you know, it is up to you to, as a partner, to step up and make sure your partner is being heard and understood and being fulfilled, if it's something that you could bring. But no action at all is going to lead to, you know, the decline. Not saying that it's your fault for this happening. It's just saying that it does seem like there was a lack of action on your end, especially if you saw that this person, your intuition was telling you that they were probably stepping out or something, and you didn't take action on that part neither. Okay, that's going to be different for everyone. There's a need for you to be less passive emotionally in a relationship. What's the advice for the person who left? Spider spirit, make your dreams real. What's the okay. I hate to do this, but just in case, you know, just in case the person who's watching is the person who ghosted and who's struggling with this habit, leaving behind a bunch of heartbreak. Your advice would be, Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. You can have what you want. All right. A Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. Okay. There's a need for you to also set healthy boundaries. There's something here where you don't know how to set the boundaries, so you don't address things at all. You'd rather just pick up and go than talk about like what's bothering you. All right. And it's coming off very cold or manipulative, and it's hurting people. There has to be the adult talk. You have to have the adult conversation here. Learn how to set boundaries. Learn learn how to speak up. Tell people what you want and what you need. You can't go in and expect them to give it to you, and then if they don't, you're just like, okay, well, I'm out. Like, that's the easy way out, but it's not the mature way. All right, have these talks. Believe in yourself. You can have what you want. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. So you left, you're free. It seems like even though the way this ended was kind of crappy, it does seem like this was supposed to end. It was a soul contract that was supposed to end for both of you guys. So the person who did free themselves from the situation, freedom is yours. Do it differently now. All right. It's time for your emotional breakthrough. It's time for some soul searching. All right. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Taurus. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Add me on IG, that's Tarot and Heal. Feel free to book a personal reading. Check out the info box below for that. Feel free to be an angel donor. Check out the Patreon link below for that. All right. Thank you so much, and until we meet again, peace.